The world sits on a precipice. The threat of nuclear war hangs over us, a dark cloud threatening to engulf humanity. Nuclear weapons, with their unimaginable destructive power, represent not just a threat to specific nations, but to the very fabric of global civilization. Even a regional nuclear conflict, a small-scale exchange of these horrific weapons, could have catastrophic consequences for the entire planet. The potential for environmental devastation, climate disruption, and widespread human suffering is very real. It is a future we must strive to avoid. The danger goes beyond the immediate impact of explosions. Nuclear detonations release massive amounts of energy, instantly vaporizing everything in their vicinity. This creates a massive firestorm, spreading outwards and engulfing everything in its path. The heat is so intense that it can cause third-degree burns miles away from the blast zone. But the true horror of nuclear weapons lies in their unseen effects, the silent killers that follow the initial blast. While a full-scale nuclear war is a terrifying prospect, even a limited regional conflict could have disastrous global consequences. Imagine a conflict involving just 50 Hiroshima-sized bombs, each with a yield of 15 kilotons. While seemingly insignificant compared to the arsenals of major nuclear powers, the detonation of these weapons would release millions of tons of soot and debris into the upper atmosphere. This massive injection of particulate matter would have a profound impact on the Earth's climate system. The soot and debris would block sunlight, leading to a phenomenon known as global cooling. Temperatures could plummet, disrupting weather patterns and leading to widespread crop failures. But the damage doesn't stop there. The explosions would also release chemicals that deplete the ozone layer, our planet's shield against harmful ultraviolet radiation from the sun. This depletion would expose the Earth's surface to increased levels of UV radiation, leading to a spike in skin cancer rates and other health problems. The environmental consequences of a nuclear conflict are not confined to the immediate aftermath. The radioactive fallout released by nuclear explosions poses a long-term threat to human health and the environment. This fallout, composed of radioactive particles, can contaminate water supplies, soil, and the air we breathe. Exposure to even low levels of radiation can lead to an increased risk of cancer, birth defects, and other health problems. The long-term impact on agriculture is particularly concerning. Radioactive fallout can contaminate crops and livestock, making them unsafe for human consumption. This contamination, coupled with the global cooling effects of a nuclear exchange, could lead to widespread famine and food shortages. The collapse of agricultural systems would have devastating consequences for human civilization. To fully grasp the potential scale of destruction, one need only look at the Tsar Bomba, the most powerful nuclear weapon ever detonated. Tested by the Soviet Union in 1961, this monstrous device had a yield of 50 megatons, equivalent to 50 million tons of TNT. The blast was so powerful that it was visible from over 600 miles away. The mushroom cloud reached an altitude of 40 miles, 7 times the height of Mount Everest. The Tsar Bomba serves as a stark reminder of the unimaginable destructive power at our fingertips. The continued existence of nuclear weapons is not just a political or strategic concern, but a profound moral crisis. The indiscriminate nature of these weapons, their potential to inflict unimaginable suffering on a global scale, demands a moral reckoning. We must heed the call of Pope Francis, who has been a tireless advocate for nuclear disarmament. His declaration that nuclear deterrence is morally bankrupt, and his condemnation of the possession of nuclear weapons are powerful reminders of the moral imperative to eliminate these weapons. The Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons, TPNW, though initially symbolic, is gaining traction as a testament to the growing global movement for nuclear disarmament. The treaty's increasing influence, with more nations joining its ranks, signals a growing recognition that nuclear weapons are not a path to security, but a threat to our collective survival. We must seize this momentum, push for universal adherence to the TPNW, and work towards a future free from the shadow of nuclear annihilation.